Senator Roberts.
Thank you. The failed Albanese voice referendum is the latest spit in the face Australians have had to cop from the government. At a time when bills are going up and bank accounts are going backwards, Australians are going to be furious when they hear how much Anthony Albanese's Labor government just wasted on a referendum. All I can say is brace yourself for the answer. $450 million. That's how much the Australian Electoral Commission is estimating last week's referendum cost. If you woke up with a hangover after some celebrations on the weekend and were scared to check your bank account, spare a moment to think about the Australian Electoral Commission. If their estimates are correct, the AEC have blown their budget for the referendum by nearly $100 million. In the middle of a cost of living crisis, Anthony Albanese has blown $450 million, almost $500 million, on his personal vanity project. What did Australians get for this bill? Australians rightly rejected inserting racial division into the Constitution, with a thumping victory for the no case. Not a single state reached a majority yes. Only the small Canberra territory, the bubble, recorded a yes majority. The yes side spewed divisive, racial, abusive rhetoric, while claiming the high moral ground. The country is worse off for being put through this divisiveness at a huge cost and for a proposal that should never have been put forward. Australia rightly asked, why is this voice issue distracting government? As mortgage payments skyrocket, grocery bills shock budgets, and life continues to get tougher, why was dangerous virtue signalling the government's top priority? Why? I'm saddened to be the one to break the answer to you. This government does not care about you. While I thank the Liberals for bringing on this matter of importance and allowing us to discuss it, they weren't any better in government. Honestly, the Liberals put a wrecking ball through the economy and handed it over to the Labor government in one of the greatest hospital passes in political history. Yet, Labor doesn't have a snowball's chance in hell of navigating us out of this one. Neither Liberal nor Labor can fix the cost of living crisis because they're both committed to the UN's net zero pipe dream that caused the cost of living crisis. This government is committed to net zero by 2050. They may as well be committed to driving us all off a cliff. If we keep going down this path, then the number of Australians who can pay their power bills will be next to zero. Australia doesn't have to do this by ourselves and find out the hard way. We can learn from many other countries further down this pipe dream path than we are. Every other country that's tried to force their power grid onto wind and solar has had their power prices go up by a proportionate amount. When plotted on a graph, it's nearly a straight line heading upwards, and it's all for nothing. The hard data shows that Australians' carbon dioxide production cannot affect the climate above natural variability. The lie that wind and solar are cheaper is easily debunked by fact, this fact. With more wind, solar, batteries and hydro on the grid than ever in our history, power bills have never been higher. It's all a crock designed to fill the pockets of parasitic billionaire wind and solar proponents, fraudulently taking subsidies and donating to people in this office that support wind and in this Senate that support wind and solar. Australians already pay billions in subsidies to these billionaire predators and pay again as their power bills skyrocket. Yet Labor, Liberal and even the fake farmer friends and Nationals are all committed to the UN's net zero by 2050. After all the talk about truth-telling, here's some cold, hard truth. The cost of living crisis cannot end until we ditch United Nations net zero plans. One Nation is the only party that accepts those facts and can deliver cheaper power bills for Australia. Turn the coal-fired power generators back on, cut all the subsidies for the parasitic wind and solar industry, and just get back to common sense, hard data and truth.
Thank you, Senator Roberts.